Hello, we're live. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another American Horror Story Season 8 episode review and theory discussion.
Episode 4, Could it be Satan?
We don't know. Was by far my favorite episode of the season.
A lot of detail, a lot of flashbacks, a lot of more information that we had no idea was happening before. I liked how we jumped backwards 3 years to see how Michael Landon really kind of like came into himself a little bit and how he was found out.
The entire episode was pretty much all flashbacks. I think it's safe to say this is a flashback episode. So
safe to say that.
We kind of open with the scene of his backstory 3 years ago, and he's with Mrs. Mead, and they're eating breakfast.
And just a normal, family satanistic breakfast.
Just a normal Tuesday,
it's okay.
Mead reveals that she killed her first 3 husbands, and he was like, "That's bad," and she's like, "I know, isn't it great?"
Oh!
And our theory was correct that Michael did sort of resurrect Mead.
Yeah.
That he recreated her in his image of her because she is no longer around for whatever reason.
Which we have theories about as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right when I saw that, though, I really thought kind of like, where's Constance?
Yeah.
He describes Kathy Mead as his mother.
Yes.
But
Constance is
his grandmother.
Who adopted him.
But where did she just drop off the face of the earth? Where it's just kind of like...
When she didn't sign a contract for another season.
Oh, well, I don't know about Jessica Lange. We know I'm going to see her. I will see her and I will love her.
She only signed a few episodes, so Mead is sort of taking her place. But yeah, we don't know what they are going to, how they're going to explain where she went, and I want to know.
I want to know just kind of like, because he really considers Mead like his mother. Like, he completely forgot about Constance in a way. So I'm really curious to see kind of like how soon after, what happened.
So we were right about that theory. We have questions about the other theory of what happened to her. Do you have any theories about what happened to Constance?
I'm not sure what happened to Constance.
Right.
That one's just so out of the park. I have a feeling that maybe she died of old age. She was a heavy smoker, like can't live forever unless you're in the murder house or the Hotel Cortez, but we can get back to that in a little bit.
So the next thing that we see is Coco and Mallory are resurrected, and it is revealed that they had identity spells on them. So
what is an identity spell?
It means that they had been banished, I guess. What's the word for that? Like
brainwashed
to believe that they were different people. But that's why Coco and Mallory were always together, because they are really witches, and they remember now who they are. Well, Mallory seems to be having a harder time with it, but Coco's like, "What the fuck, bitches?
Don't let me die again!"
Or, "What the fuck, witches?"
Oh, what the witches.
And then it's sort of like, what is this? The world's coming down to witches versus warlocks.
I liked how Myrtle said kind of like, I thought the world would die with fire and ice, but I had no idea it would be witches and warlocks.
Witches
and
warlocks.
Is that a Game of Thrones reference?
I know. And also they are assuming that he is a warlock.
Yes.
So a lot of people are saying like, oh yes, that is confirmed. Okay, they confirmed it. He's a warlock, but I don't think that's true.
You don't think he's a warlock?
I do not.
Whoa, what do you think he is?
Something way more powerful, because the guy on the council that was always like, hey, he has some darkness inside of him. I don't think that he is who I think he's more evil than that, more maleficent.
You can't corrupt black magic with something that I thought was like a really deep statement, really true. You can't corrupt the evil.
It's something more like demon, like demonic, or even just Antichrist, or maybe he is the devil himself. I don't know. But I don't think he's just warlock. Maybe he has a little bit of warlock in him, but I think
he has warlock in him, but I think after a point, this demon within him comes out.
He's possessed almost.
Yes, he's almost possessed.
By some demonic presence.
I mean, but that's...
So I don't think it's witches versus warlocks, really, because I don't think that would be much of a battle, based on what they have explained about witches and warlocks and their different...
I don't know.
It
seems like the alpha male seems to be...
Well, I don't think he's just the alpha male. I think it's going to be more of witches versus, like...
Demon?
The devil.
The devil.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think that also Michael might even know that he's not really all warlock, and that he's sort of using the warlock school to further his own agenda in what he wants to do, which is separate from what the warlocks want to do.
I thought it was really interesting to actually, confirm, because this is what I really believe too, that to confirm that outpost was once a school for boys.
Yeah.
Like that was a cover, and that was one of the
We were right about that too.
Yeah, we were right about that too.
That was the school for boy witches, basically just warlocks. And also the location of the bunk, what do they call it? The outpost is it just looks very similar to Roanoke. Like,
you think
the
that?
landscape. And like pretty much every other location from every other season almost has been revealed in this season, and it has some meaning, and I think this one is no different. I think they picked that type of location for a reason, to sort of bring it back somehow to another season.
I mean, there's been a lot of crossing seasons. We even went to Hotel Cortez this season.
We did.
This episode, which I really wish I knew to watch that season, because I forgot about everything. I forgot Queenie was stuck there.
Queenie was stuck there.
I forgot that.
I mean, before that, even though we see that Michael was being questioned, and the council was sort of like, oh my God, like, who is this dude?
Oh, to like when he was being interrogated for it.
Yeah, and it did look a lot like Tate.
It looked a lot like Tate. Even when they're sitting down at breakfast with their demon breakfast time, it was like, that looked like Tate's hair. You know?
Yeah, I thought that was Tate immediately.
Mm.
And then it was revealed that it was Michael, and I was like, oh.
Like father, like son. And then, kind of like Asian Doctor Strange comes to him in the jail cell, and it's kind of like, oh my goodness, there's a dog back there. And goes kind of like, you're a warlock, Michael. You're
a wizard, Michael.
Oh, it's kind of like, have you ever done anything that made this seem a little odd? Let's go to Hogwarts.
Did anything happen that you didn't mean to? Well, here's your letter.
Oh.
You've been accepted into the Academy for Excellent Boys, or whatever their title is.
Make sure you get a toad.
It very much feels like Hogwarts, even while they're there practicing magic with their spell books and whatnot. But yeah, the one guy on the council did think that he was more possessed than a warlock. So I'm more leaning with that guy. He just sort of was overruled by his fellow councilmen and just sort of went along with it to stick together with them. But I still think that he thinks that there's something more to that.
Well, he knows that his power is so dark. I mean, when he was kind of doing like the 7 Wonders, which is what I believe they were trying to do, where it's kind of like, okay, now turn the water into snow. And then all of a sudden he does it, and he feels kind of like, it reminded me of the scene from Edward Scissorhands, where Winona Ryder is kind of like, yay, it's kind of snowing. And all of a sudden it's like, bad things are happening. And like, he didn't even know he had that power within him.
He didn't even try to do that. That's the possession that I'm talking about.
He's just kind of like, hey, I'm sorry. I thought I was a nice kid, but, I was raised up with my comedic stepmother thing. I'm chill.
Then that also brings us to the flashback within a flashback, which is like flashbackception right now, where they're at the grocery store, and
I need my goat head.
I need my goat head for my sacrifice. You are discriminating against my religion. And it's like such a good scene. And then we see Michael just like murder this guy.
Well, just like with like this powers that you kind of like, he's just upset. He's like, that happened,
and he does mention in the jail cell when he's being sort of like rescued that it's the only person he's killed. Someone for the only person who ever betrayed him. So that makes me think that Kathy Bates betrayed him, and it makes me think, how? And then you said you think that maybe she's not around because
I think that what happened was that once he goes back and finds Kathy Bates, that he'll be, betrayed him, and in a sense, that kind of like she's going to sacrifice herself to Michael.
The devil, or the devil.
To just probably like give him more power. It's kind of like, if I kill myself, he can take
and he
all
sees that
belief
as a betrayal.
But I need you around. I don't want you to die on me.
He loves her. He wants her. She's the only thing that makes sense to him. So that's a betrayal in his eyes. So I think that's what he's talking about. So he's taken to the school, like the Coven for Boys, basically. And they're testing him. You mentioned that, to see if he's a level 4, which would be the alpha. Nobody else is level 4. They're all level 3s. And his tests do indicate possession. And then we go over to the Coven.
I was so happy to see the Coven house.
Me too.
I felt like I'm coming home.
And it was like the perfect scene. It had like
Zoe in it.
And Cordelia. And then we see, what's her face there? Mallory. And she's like, oh, she's a very powerful witch. Like, look at her, like making butterflies out of rose petals.
She'll make Hermione jealous.
She would make Hermione jealous.
Just throwing it out there.
And then they get summoned to the boys' school. And
when they're there, the council is kind of like, hey, like, we're going to up you because, like, we got this guy.
The alpha.
We got the alpha. It's kind of like, and she's kind of like, guys,
they laugh at them.
I am the mother Crunchwrap Supreme in this shit, and I come from the free side.
I'm the fucking Crunchwrap Supreme, okay?
Cheese, okay? But then, like, and she tells a story about kind of like, oh, honestly, like, I've been there for my girls. Like, I found out Queenie was at the Hotel Cortez. I tried to get her out. I couldn't get her out.
Yeah,
Madison's
and then they're like,
dead.
wow, so the black girl's the one that you left? And she's like, bitch, you don't even know I tried so hard.
Yeah, I was there. I was going through every window and every door.
I was so happy when we got to see Hotel, and what is his name? But it's Evan
Peters.
Evan Peters' character. He is my favorite in Hotel.
I know.
He's my favorite.
He's fun.
He's so, I love him, everything about him.
So she's going to get him out.
And he's just playing like cards with her for all eternity.
You know?
Yeah. And also during this meeting, they're discussing like, we want him to go through the test of the 7 wonders. And she's like, no. Misty Day died during that. And like,
I will not let another
person die. It's not even about like who's more powerful, because she basically is like super sexist during this meeting. And
oh my goodness, yeah.
Hey, no offense, but your testosterone makes you lower than us because you can't be as powerful as us.
There's no way a man can become powerful to a witch. Are you serious?
That sounds familiar. There's no way the United States can have a woman for president.
She's too hysterical.
She's too hysterical. Her period will make her go crazy. She'll be able to make decisions. It's something in the brain. It's your estrogen. Anyway, sorry.
We just realized that one.
But
during this whole meeting, Michael's listening to them, going kind of like,
okay,
he's like, I'm going to go to the hotel.
He starts like possessively drawing the Hotel Cortez. So he's like subconsciously hearing this meeting, and then just goes to the hotel.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite scene, is in the hotel when I want to know Evan Peters' name, but Evan Peters, basically his reaction to Langdon showing up was amazing. And it just kind of showed you even this. Yeah. Well, and even he just knew, he sensed this dark presence of just like, well, I know that you're already leaving. Because before they even get out of the hotel, he just starts playing solitaire.
Yeah.
He knows that she doesn't have a choice. You have to go with this guy. It's sort of
true.
this
I didn't
respect.
even think about that.
Like, he knows what's going on.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, he picked up on that.
Nice. I didn't think about that. But
I paid a lot of attention to Evan Peters.
Oh my goodness. I bet she would. But that's actually really interesting thing to know, that Michael can pull out people from a place that they're dead at, and they
have to
leave.
Stay there. So what does that mean for Murder House?
It sounds like, I had a theory really fast about that. I believe that the rubber man in the suit that we saw like in episode 2, that's going to be Tate. I think he's going to go back to the murder house and bring his father out, and that's going to be Tate.
And maybe we're messing with timelines here a little bit.
Ooh.
Because how would the rubber man be out of there unless he had already freed him? Or maybe he freed him in a flashback.
He's going to free him in a flashback.
Okay, so he's already out. So who else is already out? Probably Jessica Lange's character is already out.
Well, we don't know. She didn't die in the murder house. You can only stay in the murder house if you die there.
Well, then his mama.
Yeah, Vivian and all the rest of them and all those good people. The dad was actually kind of a dick.
So then his second stop after getting Queenie is to go get Madison from her own personal hell.
Oh, the Bed Bath & Beyond of hell.
Yes.
Bed Bath & Hell.
Bed Bath & Hell.
Hi.
Which was awesome. It was hilarious. And
aren't you Lindsay Lohan?
Would you have a twin? How'd they do that?
How'd they do that?
But she's rescued, and she basically says, do I have to blow you or something? And he's like, no. And she's like, well, can I? And their little reunion with Queenie, where I was still a hoe in the afterlife.
Hi.
And it's kind of interesting because she says, I will do anything for you to get me out of here. And he says, like, well, why would you want to do that? Like, why would you want to be good, basically?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe there was a side conversation of him saying, like, yes, actually, help me in my plan of evilness. And she either is going to betray him or betray the coven, because one of the episodes in this season is titled Traitor.
Oh.
So I'm thinking it has something to do with that little incident, but I don't know.
Could be it. And
it ends with Queenie and Madison returning, which was an awesome shot with like Langdon and everybody there, and like he looks super sexy in that shot.
3. Oh, I know. God. I don't know why, but the Antichrist just makes me feel things.
Cordelia fainted because she saw how hot he was. So
I'm not sure it was that. I think it's just, his powers are revolving grip powers. So maybe kind of like she's getting less in powers.
I think she was just so shocked that he got them out. She was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I got some competition coming over here, don't we?
It was just a really cool looking shot. Like, even just the witches arriving to the council meeting with just such cool shots. And just like, yes, badass witches. Like, yes. I'm excited for the rest of the episodes of this season. There's going to be 10 in total, and I'm excited for each and every one of them, I hope.
I mean, we got a couple questions about this, like, what's going to happen. I wonder what really happened in the last 3 years since he's been at the boy house and the bomb went off. I really wonder when in the last episode we saw Cordelia come up with Madison and Myrtle into the outpost. So I'm wondering, like, where's Queenie right now? And like Madison, I kind of feel like she probably make a deal with Michael, and so, but why is she able to stand right next to Cordelia 3 years later in the outpost.
Right.
You know, that's made me really curious and stuff. And, you know, I got a couple more. And also, I just want to know, like, the identity spells. Who are these people really? And why do they have to have the identity spells on them?
Yeah, why did the identity spells get put on them? That's what my main question was. I forgot to mention, but that's my main question.
Yeah, that's my main question. It's like, why did they get put on them?
Close second is, where the heck is
Constance? That's my question. But I'm excited because next episode is supposed to be a really major episode in the season. Episode 5. And the episode after that, episode 6, is titled Return to Murder House. Woo! So, yes. So just 2 more weeks, and then we're going to return to where it all began.
Murder House. Yes, hopefully some questions will be answered. Let us know your theories in the comments below. We love reading each and every one of them, and we think they're all great theories, and we really do take them into account. Make sure to subscribe and like this video if you love American Horror Story, and go ahead and click the little notification bell to be notified next time we do go live, so you can join the discussion.
We do this every Thursday, so please join us to discuss
American Horror Story.
American Horror Stories. Okay.
Love
Bye,
you guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Murder House.